Hello and welcome back to Substream News, clearly from a different recording location today. You probably wouldn't guess, but I'm in Sichuan Bay in Kaohsiung, southern Taiwan. Yes, I'm on holiday and delighted to be recording from this beautiful island. Now, I have a question before we begin. Do you feel rich? Now, I personally would say yes. I'm able to travel, I own my own home, I have my own vehicle, I study, I can do a lot of activities, I have great friends, family, and love in my life, and I'd say those are all things that make me rich. But if I were American, the answer would be $2.5 million. That apparently, according to new research, is how much Americans believe is required to make you feel rich, or to be rich. So this research was carried out by Charles Schwab, and the quote here says, Americans now think it takes an average of $2.5 million to be considered wealthy, which is slightly up from 2023 and 2022, which both said it was $2.2 million. The next quote says, by generation, Boomers have the highest threshold of what it takes to be considered wealthy at $2.8 million, while the younger generations, Millennials and Gen Z, have lower thresholds of what is considered wealthy at just $1.2 million. Just. Now, some of you listening to that news might find those figures a bit daunting, but here's some optimism. 1 in 5 Americans believe that they are well on their way to becoming wealthy. Now, you might not be in the US, but you may be well on your way to becoming or feeling wealthy. And I wish you good luck on that journey. Now, if you want to feel richer, one thing you can do is scroll down, click subscribe, and get all of our wonderful content for free. That will bring value to your life. Let's move on to the next story. Now, $2.5 million, that is a lot to make, and it will take you quite a long time to make it. If you earned $48 per hour and worked full-time for 25 years, you would make about $2.5 million from my rudimentary mathematics. The good news is I've found a job that pays exactly that, and it's at Tesla in California. So what's the job, you may ask? Well, the job is actually making yourself obsolete. Yes, your job is to put yourself out of a job. That's because you will be helping make humanoid robots that will one day take over us. Okay, so the name of the role is actually data collection operators. What you'll be doing is like motion capture technology. They're basically going to be studying your body movements so that they can replicate them through these humanoid robots. This is for Tesla's Optimus droids, could we call them? Yes, they require so much data and input about how humans move and balance and stuff like that, that they were actually willing to pay people to learn these things. The ad said that you would have to wear a motion capture suit and virtual reality headset while performing designated movements, and this is at Palo Alto in California. Although it is believed that Tesla will be relocating their headquarters, so might not be there. Now, the job actually pays pretty well. It comes with 401k, comes with vision plans, medical, dental, all sorts of benefits, paid holidays, childcare. Okay, I don't know why I'm telling you all of this. I'm not really trying to sell you this job. Actually, just the point is, you could get a pretty good paycheck to help put yourself out of work. And I find that's such a strange paradox, but it's probably symbolic of a wider issue. Is with so many people working in AI and tech, are we, in a way, putting society out of work? We're contributing towards it now because we need jobs and we need paychecks. But in the long run, might we look back and feel ashamed about our contributions? Hard to say at this point. Okay, next story. Now, you may have heard that the best way to increase your pay is to change jobs. Now, that's pretty true. They say job hopping helps you get pay rises. Now, another way to get more pay is to move to another city where average pay is higher, right? If you're from the middle of nowhere and you move to the capital, you're probably going to earn much money. And if you're not, you probably wouldn't move. Now, most people, therefore, have to move to get a higher paycheck. move jobs, move cities, or some people who are very fortunate can work remotely and get a great salary from anywhere. But there's a third category of people, and there's not many people in this category, whose boss or whose company will give them a private jet and fly them to the office whenever they're needed. One man who fits that is Brian Niccol, the new CEO of Starbucks. So yes, Mr. Brian Niccol, he lives in California, which is about 1,000 kilometers away from Seattle, which is where Starbucks is based. And they said, no, don't worry, Brian, you can stay living at home in your lovely home and we'll give you a private jet. So you can fly there whenever you need. And my gosh, that sounds wonderful. Now, if that's not enough, they've also paid for private offices near his home. So he can work remotely, he can work in person, and he gets the best of both worlds in a very luxurious way. Well, he's also got a huge salary. I believe it's 9 figures, but don't want to speculate on that too much. Now, there's a side story that's, well, it's just wonderful news, isn't it? But it's a pinch of salt, really, salt in the wound. So Starbucks have just rolled out a new range of plastic cups that use less plastic, and they've also banned plastic straws in most of their stores. That comes, yes, at the same time as they've given a private jet to their new CEO. Once again, passing on environmental responsibility to the customers and not really taking it on themselves. Let's move on to the next story before I get wound up. Okay, so 2.5 million, yes, you can move jobs, la la la. Some of you might already be rich. My guys, congratulations. Now, if you are already rich and you've already met that 2.5 million threshold, you probably have a pretty nice house. In that case, my advice to you is blur it out. I don't mean the actual physical house, but I mean on Google Maps. You don't want people seeing your house on Street View, do you? Maybe you do, maybe you want to show off. But Google Maps has actually made it easier for you to blur out your homes. So I have a quote here from a Google official who says, Street View helps people virtually explore the world, and we make it easy for anyone to blur their home if they prefer. Just click on the Report a Problem button and submit a request. To further protect the privacy of our users, we use state-of-the-art technology designed to automatically blur identifiable faces and license plates. So why would blurring your home help you? I was curious. Well, I thought probably to do with crime, and so Christopher Herman, he's professor of law and a police science at John Jay College of Criminal Justice in New York. What a mouthful. He says, would-be thieves certainly want to scout their locations before they hit them. Just bear that in mind. If you do have a nice, big, wealthy-looking house full of jewelry and other valuables and technology, you might want to blur it out just to deter thieves. Technology might be putting you at risk. Let's move on to the next story. The funny thing about money is you can't take it with you when you die. So you've got to enjoy it or leave it for someone you love. Now, those who are truly rich know that the most precious thing on earth is not dollars, pounds, euros, and yen. The most precious thing on earth is time. And so we should be using technology to live longer, preserve our lives, and live more healthily. And a new technology from Google developed in India is doing exactly that. And I love this news story, so I'm so happy to share it with you. So this comes from Google's Health Acoustic Representations Model, that's HEAR, in India that detects life-threatening diseases such as tuberculosis and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease through audio analysis. Now, here's the data. They got 300 million pieces of audio data and ran it by an AI. So training the AI model to be able to hear lung problems. Love this. This is a great story. Around 100 million of those sounds were people coughing. And the AI can now detect lung cancer just from hearing coughs. Actually, this AI model has had so much speech data input to it, it can even detect early signs of dementia just from how you speak. Now, that is absolutely incredible, but these are the right things we should be developing AI for, not putting people out of work and creating humanoids that can do our tasks for us, but life-saving technologies. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, so Google's research director of engineering, she's Shavya Shetty, she says, "HERE learns to discern patterns within health-related sounds, creating a powerful foundation for medical audio analysis. We found that, on average, HERE ranks higher than other models on a wide range of tasks and for generalizing across microphones, demonstrating its superior ability to capture meaningful patterns in health-related acoustic data." Amazing. Let's move on to the next story. I hope you were as impressed as I was. Who would have thought sound could save lives like that? Now, if you're still thinking back to that first story where I said an American would need $2.5 million to be considered wealthy, you might be thinking, how can I get rich quick and retire young or be wealthy? How about finding a gigantic diamond? Not going to be easy, probably quite impossible, but it just happened in Botswana. The biggest diamond for over 100 years has just been found. And I don't know why this isn't huge international news. I thought this would be front page news, but I guess we have different interests, me and the mainstream media. But this happened in Botswana, and this is so exciting. 2,492 carats. I don't really know what that means, but that is the biggest diamond for 120 years. Now, 8 years ago, the same diamond mine in Botswana found a massive diamond, not as big as this, that sold for $65 million. So if you want to get rich, you could get a diamond mine, or you could just get a gigantic diamond and sell it and make you and all your friends and family rich. Not very easy, but very impressive. So congrats to Botswana's mine for finding this giant nugget. Substreamers, I want to say thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. I am absolutely melting here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I've sweat through my shirt, my shorts are next, sweat dripping down my face, off my arms, even my kneecaps are sweating. It's hot here. Google actually said 36 degrees feels like 49. I can verify that is completely true. Not sure I fancy a swim, but join me for the next 2 videos because I will be making them from Taiwan too. And if you want to see 2 more beautiful shots, please join me. Also, a massive thank you. We just had a wave of new subscribers. One of our shorts went kind of viral, and we've just had dozens of new subscribers. So if you're one of those, thank you for watching, and thank you for enjoying our video about the world's fastest phone charger. I'm sorry for hiding behind these sunglasses, but it is so bright here and so beautiful. I'm going to go and have a walk around the city. Thank you for joining. I'm Joseph. This is Substream News, and I'll see you next time, I hope. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Why not? They might like it. If you have friends who love technology, they might like this channel. Let's go.